So go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Feel free to sit up on a block or a pillow. Something that allows your knees to drop below your hips a bit. And then find yourself situated here. Once you are situated, go ahead and close your eyes. And just take a moment to feel yourself arriving. Even though you've probably been home for many days, feel yourself arriving onto your mat. And use this as a way to transition out of the day-to-day and into this hour of our time together, this hour of our practice. This time where you get to focus on just you. That connection with yourself. That honoring of yourself. And start to feel yourself in the space on your mat. Feel those points of contact of your body and the earth. That space in between, where that exchange of energy happens. Feel into your sits bones and notice if you're sitting more to one side or the other. Perhaps you need to adjust so that you can sit down more firmly, more grounded. Even out the weight left to right. And then start to come into your breath, finding that circular, rhythmic, even breath in and out. You might even wish to add a count to your breath, perhaps inhaling and exhaling for 4 or 6 or 8. For this time, we're going to even it out so that the exhale and the inhale are the same length. And that's up to you if you want to create that count. But work for that circular, rhythmic breath. Using Ujjayi breath, if that's comfortable for you, that's like constriction at the base of the throat, so you're lengthening and deepening the breath. Maybe even hearing the sound of your breath and letting that become a guide, a mantra, an anchor for your practice. And as you're beginning to breathe deeper, start to feel deeper into your own body, using the breath to access. The inhale is creating that space and that length, so actually feeling the spine grow longer, the back of the neck get longer. And as you exhale, feel a softening in the jaw, softening in the shoulders. Let them melt down and back so the heart gets a little bit broader, a little bit more open. Feel the tailbone root down a bit and the low belly draw up and in, which is actually going to encourage that tailbone to lengthen. And then just start to feel into that breath as it moves up and down, as it moves into your side body, as it moves into the front and the back body. Then it starts to expand and fill up the diaphragm, but then it also starts to travel out and infuse every cell in your body with that prana. Use every exhale to really root down into the earth. So as we work with this idea of balance, a lot of different ways to look at it. Balance in our lives, balance in our physical body, balance in our minds. So for this opening, start to just feel that sense of rooting down through those points of contact, creating that feeling of grounding down into the earth. So that when we move, we're moving from that place of being centered, connected to the earth. And then come into the center of your being, that center line, that channel of energy. It's called the Sushumna. And start to, at the exhales, hug into the midline. So you feel your belly drawn, you feel your ribs drawn, you feel that whole hugging in to that center of your own being. Start to come into your mental, emotional body. And let the awareness be on the breath. And as the mind wanders, it will. It's human. Just gently encourage it to come back to the breath. You can notice what comes up for you. Notice any reactions or emotions that come up as you think about certain things. And then as you are ready, you'll encourage that return to the breath, that return to presence, that return to center, grounding, connection. If you have any other intentions you want to set for today, take a moment to do that. And then as you inhale, reach the arms out, spread your fingers as you do this so that you're getting really broad across the heart, broad across the palms and the hands, spacious through the arms, the side body as you reach all the way up to the top of the inhale. Let the palms touch, bring some energy right there in the palms of the hands. And then as you exhale, just slide them right down that center line until they come to rest right at the heart. Thumbs at the heart, and then let the head bow. Keep the heart lifting, and the head bowing. Feel into that place in yourself, your heart of hearts, that center of you, a place of power and self-esteem. Feel into that connection with the earth, feeling of grounding. And then go ahead and let the hands rest down to your lap. Let the head rise and the gaze come open. From here, we're going to go ahead and it'll be optional. If you want to come off your block, that might be more comfortable. Go ahead and extend your right leg. Set your left ankle right over the top so you're making this figure 4. And you can even move the flesh away from your sits bones so you're sitting heavily down evenly right to left, and then bring some energy into this foot. Send this left knee forward and down. Take the hands behind you. Create a little kickstand to inhale, lift the heart, and roll the shoulders back. And then press out through your right heel and draw back through the right toes. So both feet are flexing. We're just starting to open the soles of the feet. And then as you exhale, we're going to keep that long spine and maybe start to hinge forward. Now, forward folds are not your jam, then you're sitting upright and just working this action. Totally fine. If it feels okay, you're starting to reach your heart forward beyond your shin bone. Keep dropping this left knee forward and down. Good. And then inhale and sit up. Take your right hand outside your right hip. Take your left arm, stretch it up, inhale. And as you exhale, draw the belly in and just take your hand right into the sole of the foot. Lengthen again as you inhale, and as you exhale, press into the sole of the foot and rotate a little bit more. Now, this might feel pretty good. If you are in that folding, you're going to come a little bit further down and maybe take your forearm or even your elbow or even your upper arm into that sole of the foot. Take another inhale, get long. You're using both arms to kind of kickstand the spine long, and then the exhale draws the belly in, finds that rotation and that little bit of a fold. Breathe through your left side body, drop down through your left shoulder and create that action, pushing hands, arm, elbow, whatever it is, into the sole of the foot. Good, and then as you inhale, unwind that. Take your hands into your foot, and we're just gonna give our foot a little massage. So we're gonna wake up our feet. If you have like hard balls, sometimes it's nice to just roll your feet over those balls. And then take your fingers in between each of your toes and spread out your toes and then open them and close them. So as we move into our balancing, we're going to work on this place of foundation, where we root from. So opening up the feet, just work your way through and take it all the way up into the ankle, and just notice all those little tender spots. Maybe it's even into the top of the foot. You can squeeze, you can twist, little self-massage. Good. And then go ahead and release that. Extend that leg. Bring the right leg up and over. Create that parallel shin to top of the mat. Energize all 10 toes, flex both feet, take an inhale, create that kickstand, lift the heart, drop the shoulders. And then as you exhale, maybe find that hinge forward. Again, that right knee is moving forward and down, all 10 toes are spreading. Shoulders drawing down as the heart draws forward. And then inhale, walk yourself up, left hand outside the hip. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Feel that side body get long. And then as you exhale, draw the belly in and find that rotation. Set the hand inside the sole of the foot. The other hand is that kickstand behind you. Inhale, lengthens, lifts, heart and crown. Exhale, belly draws in to find that rotation. Take another inhale to get long. Decide if you're staying here or maybe you're taking a little bit more of a fold, getting a little bit more into your right side body. And breathe. Stay with the breath. Think about every inhale as an opportunity to lengthen and every exhale is an opportunity to draw into that center line, to release, to soften. Inhale and unwind that. Go ahead and bring that foot where you can reach it and find that little massage. Squeezing the feet, pressing the thumbs into the arches, into the edge of the foot, into the heel of the foot. Take the fingers in between your toes and spread out the toes, open up the feet. Good. You might even circle the ankle a little bit. Take your hands up into the ankles, the Achilles, whatever feels good here. Good. And then extend that leg. Draw both feet in so that the toes are on the floor and your hands are right behind your hamstrings or behind your knees. Inhale, lift your heart and drop your shoulders, and then maybe lift the toes. If you're not quite ready there, the toes stay on the ground, totally fine. And then draw on the belly, lift through the heart, and maybe start to lighten your grip on your legs, maybe even extend the arms. Keep the heart lifting, the shoulders dropping, finding this balance on your sits bones. Now, draw the inner thighs, squeeze them together, flex your feet. Extend just your right leg up, press your heel to the ceiling and your toes to your shins. Good, bend that leg. And extend the other leg, press the heel up, draw the toes back to the shins. And bend that leg. Good, and then set the feet down. Cross at the ankles, roll all the way over to your tabletop. So go ahead and stack the shoulders right above the wrists and the hips right above the knees. Now take your hands and tent up onto your fingertops. We're gonna start working on that hand strength. And if this is excruciating for your fingers, then don't do it. You'll just have your hands flat, or you can even take a knuckle. But if you're able to do this, it's really nice to help develop that strength in the hands and in the wrists. Go ahead and spin your biceps forward. And you could also try one at a time as another alternative. We're gonna just move through cat-cow here. So as you inhale, let the tailbone rise. Keep the belly strong as you extend the heart forward and you lift the crown and you drop the shoulders. And then as you exhale, curl the tailbone, draw the belly in, round the spine. Take one more. Inhale, open. And exhale, round. Inhale, neutral here. Okay, go ahead and flatten your hands. Spin the biceps, navel and ribs in. Take your right leg, reach it back. Now roll the outer right hip down and the inner right thigh up so that your hips are squaring to the floor. The navel's lifting, the ribs are drawing up and in. And then you're long from the tailbone to the crown. Some of you are gonna stay here. Maybe you take the left hand onto those fingertips that we just worked. Maybe you extend that arm forward, thumb up, pinky down. And then really go for that extension. You're reaching from the ball of the foot to the fingertips. And then as you exhale, you're hugging that midline so that the back isn't swaying to the floor. Breathe here. Anchor into those 2 points of contact. So the shin and the top of the foot, and all the way through the right hand, even into the fingertips, gripping like you did on the fingertops. Good. Now, from here, flex your right foot. Really press back through the heel so that you're feeling a stretch all the way in the back of the leg here, even though we're not pushing into anything. Take your left arm out to the left. Keep it up in line with the shoulder if possible. Take the right arm out to the right. Keep it up in line, right leg. Keep it up in line with the hip. Breathe in, lift in. It's called awkward airplane. It's very awkward. And then inhale, take the leg back, take the arm forward. Good. On the exhale, we're gonna draw the knee into the elbow and the navel into the spine. If this is a little bit much, take the hand down and do knee to forehead. Inhale, stretch long, keep the belly and keep the ribs in. Exhale, curl in. 2 more. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, curl in. Really draw that knee into the chest or the ribs. Take your left hand now. Press it on the top of the right thigh. Resist that with your leg. And you should feel your core really charged. Hold on to that. Breathe. You're resisting. You're pressing and you're resisting. Pressing and resisting. And then inhale and extend. Set the left hand down. Set the right toes down. Now press all the way into the heel. So you feel the toes open, the sole of the foot, the Achilles. Try to keep your left ankle in line with your knee. If you feel off balance, you'll kickstand it out to the left. Then we're gonna roll the right foot flat so that the left knee and toes intersect the right arch. Left hand under the left shoulder, stretch your right arm high. Now press down into that left shin, lengthen through your tailbone and extend through your heart, press down into the earth and reach up to the sky. Good. Okay, now really draw into the core, press down into the left shin, start to flex your right foot, see if it can come off the floor. It's a lot of balance if that shin is right in line with your knee. So if, like me, you start to fall out of it, you'll kickstand or readjust, re-anchor, re-pull in, and breathe here. Take that right arm, face it towards the top of your mat, and just reach over your ear. Press back through your heel, stretch, 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 stretch. Keep the stretch in the arm. Set your foot back down, press into the outer edge of the foot, and reach over your ear so you're rainbowing your right ribs. I'm not mirroring you anymore, so inhale, take the arm up. Exhale, set your hand down, set your knee back down, come back up onto your fingertips. Biceps forward, take a cat-cow, inhaling. Exhale, rounding. And inhale, neutral. Good. Flatten the hands again. Biceps forward, belly and ribs, and send your left leg back. Take the outer hip down, the inner thigh up, and find that extension, belly and ribs in. And then maybe come onto your right fingertips, or maybe extend that right arm forward, thumb up, pinky down. Really anchor through your right shin, top of the foot, anchor through that whole left hand. So grip the fingertips down. Even feel the arch of the hand lift a little bit like you would in your feet. Okay. Now flex that left foot a lot so that the toes are drawing towards your shins and your heel is pressing back and you're feeling that stretch in the whole back of the leg. Go ahead and take that right arm out to the right. Keep it up in line with the shoulder. Take the leg out to the left. It stays up in line with the hip. Belly in. Hug into the midline. Good. Take the leg back. Take the arm forward. Inhale. Now switch. Press through the ball of the foot. Pull belly ribs in. Exhale. Elbow to knee or knee to forehead. Round in. Inhale. Stretch long. Exhale. Round in. Inhale, stretch long, 2 more like that. Exhale, curl in, navel is drawing up. Inhale, reaching long. Last time, exhale, curl in, pull that knee up tight, tight, tight to your ribs. Take your right hand on the top of the thigh and try and press it back, but don't let it move. Press and resist as you pull your navel in. Relax your jaw, draw this left shoulder out of the ear so you're not hunched up. Beautiful. And then take the arm forward, extend, take the hand down, left toes down, press into the foot. Really press that heel back. Okay. Realign the shoulders over the wrist, anchor that whole right shin and top of the right foot down or kickstand it, that'll be your choice. And then roll the left foot flat, send the left arm to the sky. Take an inhale, start to find that balance. Feel that hugging to the midline, that anchoring in the shin and the foot, and that opening across the heart. Okay, then start to flex that left foot, press into your right foot and shin, and start to lift that left leg up. Spread out your right toes. Use them, even though you're on the top of them, as if you would being on the bottom of them or the soles of the feet. Good. Maybe one side's easier than the other. This side seems to be a little bit more accessible. For me, turn your palm to the top of the mat, reach over your ear, press back through the heel of the foot, stretch long, pull in through the belly. Heart continues to roll up just a little bit. Keep your arm as it is. Set the left foot down, press into the outer edge of the foot, and inhale, stretch that arm, press your hip up, your ribs up. Big opening in the left side. And then inhale, the arm stretches up. And exhale, the hand comes down. Come back to fingertips. Cat-cow, inhale, lift. And exhale, round. And inhale, neutral. Curl your toes under. You might stay on your fingertips, but you might come to flat hands. We're gonna come into like a little bit of a bear plank, it's called. Really all we're gonna do is just pull the core in and hover those knees about an inch off the ground. Hold and breathe. Biceps are forward, ribs and belly are in. Good. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. One more breath. And set the knees down. Set the hands down flat now. Anchor through the whole hand. Spin forward through the bicep, belly and ribs in. Now step the toes back and take full high plank. Knees can totally be on the ground if that feels more accessible or supportive for your body. Okay, press the earth away from you. Spin the biceps forward. Broaden across the upper back. Hug the front ribs in and up. And the belly up and the tailbone long. Good. Firm up the legs. Lengthen from the heel to the crown. Hold and breathe. Hold and breathe. Now, walk the big toes to touch. And if you're down on your knees, totally fine. You can still do this. Take your right leg and hover it above the ground. So if your knees are down, you're just doing the same thing. Belly and ribs in. Try not to let that back sag to the floor or the hips lift up too high. Set the foot down. Take the left leg. Reach it up and back. Arms are firm. Beautiful. Set it down. Okay, keep the feet as they are. Set the knees down. Walk up onto your fingertips and walk them all the way back until your hips land onto your heels. Big yogi toe stretch. Reach down and spread out your toes now. Take a breath. Press your hands away from you. Spread the webbing of the fingers as if you're pressing these two walls away. And then stretch your pinky fingers out and down. And your ring fingers. And your middle. And your index. And then take the thumb. Wrap it all four fingers around it. And send all of the knuckles down and the wrists away. And then roll out your wrists. And then come back onto your finger tops, back into that tabletop, uncurl the toes and tap out the tops. So for some of us, that can be quite a challenging thing to do for our feet. So it's still really good to open those feet and those ankles, helps with balance. So do it again. Toes curl under, but this time we're just gonna roll all the way over and get into the whole foot now. So the heels will probably be off the ground, that's fine. As long as your knees feel okay here, a block can be nice for a little bit of balance. Lift your heart here. And then you're gonna lift the heels so that they come above the toes a little bit. And then let the knees drop a little bit and draw the belly in and see if maybe your hands can come to rest at the heart. Lift the heels up, knees and hips kind of come in line, belly draws in, breathing, yogi toe stand. Good. One more breath. Set the hands down. Drop the heels down. Take an inhale, get nice and long through your spine, drop through the shoulders, and then as you exhale, press into your fingers and your toes and extend the hips to the sky, and then just separate the feet to hip distance. Bend one knee and then the other. And just pedal out the legs. Let the hips sway side to side here. And then bring both knees a little bit bent and let the upper body sway side to side. And you can rest your arms and your elbows. You can let them be swaying heavy, but let the head be heavy either way. Breathing. Start to open the back of the legs, the whole back body. And then make your way into center. Soften the knees, draw the belly in, and roll yourself to stand. Just take one vertebrae at a time as you come all the way up. Roll the shoulders back and down. Once you come upright, spin the palms forward. Close your eyes. Feel your feet. Notice those points of contact. Pick up all 10 toes and spread them out, and then set just your pinky toe down. And then the next toe, and the middle toe, the second toe, and the big toe, so they're all spread apart. Feel into that tripod at the base of the big toe, pinky toe, and the heels of the feet. Feel for anchoring down, as if you're growing roots right down into the earth. And then feel a lift through the arches of the feet. The kneecaps, the pelvic floor, the low belly, the heart, and the crown. So there's that equal and opposite energy, drawing down into the earth and reaching up into the sky. Come back to your intention. That feeling of grounding and centering, connection. And go ahead and sweep the eyes open and sweep the arms up and overhead. Feel the whole side body get nice and long, stretch tall. And then as you exhale, soften the knees, lead with the heart and forward fold. Come onto your fingertips. Soften the knees a little bit more. Walk the hands up to the thighs and inhale, extend your heart forward, pull your belly and pull your ribs in. Good. From here, take the hands, reach them back with the pinkies up and the thumbs down. Draw the shoulders back and then squeeze your shoulder blades together and then squeeze your palms together. Start to turn on your back body. Now if that led to your ribs flaring and your belly dropping, re-hug your ribs in so they're lifted. And then release your hands to your thighs. Inhale, lengthen again. And exhale, fold onto your fingertips. Walk the hands out as far as you can go to downward facing dog on your fingertips, flattening your hands at any point, or maybe taking down dog on your fingertips. Biceps spinning forward. Tailbone lifting high, low belly drawing in. Breathe. Go ahead and flatten the hands if you haven't already. Inhale, take your right leg, reach it back and up. Spin the inner thigh up. Really extend out through the leg. And then as you exhale, draw the knee into the forehead, hug like you're trying to compress your thigh to your ribs, and you're trying to lift your navel to your spine. Look to your right thumb. Set your foot there. So that the knee and the ankle are stacking. Come onto those fingertips, or if you have blocks and you want to use them, beautiful. This is a great spot. We're going to stay in this runner's lunge. If this doesn't work for you, your knee is coming down. Totally fine. Okay. So if you're in this runner's lunge, or either way, you want your feet to be like on railroads, more like hip distance apart as opposed to overlapping. That's going to give you a greater base of support. Now lift the back of the left thigh. Lift the pelvic floor, lift the belly, lift the heart. Once you feel ready to hover the hands, take them back again, just like we did in that forward fold. Pinky up, thumb down. Shoulder blades squeeze together and down away from your ears. Palms squeeze together. Feel the whole back body turn on. Tricep should be turning on. Belly is lifted. Crown is extending forward. Heel is pressing back but staying over the toes. Okay, now bend your elbows and interlace your hands. Press the wrists back and pull them apart. And then squeeze the legs and the belly and inhale. Rise up. High lunge. Bend your left knee. Pull your low belly up so you feel that left hip flexor get open. And then straighten the leg and the arm. Beautiful. Set your hands to your sacrum and inhale, let them float all the way up. Take a moment, feel into that front foot, that back foot, and the strength in the legs, the drawing into the center to help you balance here, that focused gaze. Okay. Exhale, set your hands down to frame your front foot, and inhale, float your right arm to the sky. Draw that outer right hip back a little bit. Hug the outer hip in. And then exhale, set the hands down. Look in front of your foot. We're going into a warrior three variation. Hands will stay on the floor. Take an inhale, shift your weight forward, and exhale, lift that back leg off the ground. Now flex it and roll the hip down. Hands are just underneath your shoulders so your spine can stay long. Standing leg is strong. Kneecap is lifted. And then exhale, set that back foot down for a pyramid. So about 3 feet behind your front. Walk your fingertips back and then settle the heel to the ground. Take an inhale, heart forward and shoulders back. And exhale, fold in here. Kneecaps lifted a lot. You can even soften that front knee a bit. Draw that outer right hip back as the heart draws forward. From here, bend the knee, set the hands down, take it back, high plank. Reset up your arms, take your knees down if that feels better. Hold and breathe. And then set your knees down, shoulders back and elbows in and lower to your belly. Extend the legs, anchor them down. Elbows over the wrist, hug them in and back, shoulders down and back. And then heart forward and up. Take a little baby cobra. And then squeeze your shoulder blades together and hover those hands. Lift your navel, press your pelvis. Good. Hands to the floor, head to the floor. Inhale. Exhale, extended child's pose. Keep those arms long, sink those hips heavy to the heels. Big inhale. And then exhale, downward facing. And inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee into the forehead, thigh into your ribs, hug in, look to your left thumb, set your foot there. Knee steps over the ankle, back of the right thigh lifted, check out the alignment of your feet, that they're about hip distance. Start to feel that foundation in the feet and in the legs, and that lift in the pelvic floor, the belly and the heart. Extending from your right heel to the crown of the head and then hovering your hands and taking them back. Thumbs down, pinkies up. Start to draw the shoulder blades together and down and squeeze the palms together. Good. Really extending long. Now when we interlace, switch the thumb that's on top. Shoulders squeeze together, knuckles or wrists rather press back. Let your palms separate here. And then inhale and pull yourself up. Bend your right knee. If you can, draw the palms together. Draw the low belly up and in, and then straighten that back leg. Good. Big breaths across the chest here. Release the hands to the sacrum and inhale. Float them up. Relax your jaw and that space between the eyebrows. And then exhale and set the hands to frame that front foot. Inhale, float your left arm up, shoulders back. Keep drawing that left hip back and in. Right knee can absolutely be on the floor. Then set the hand down, look in front, take an inhale, get long, walk the hands a little forward, and exhale, float that foot up as the hands walk forward. Flex that right foot, hip rolls down, press back through your heel, reach forward through the heart and the crown. Then walk the hands back, set that right foot down about 3 feet in hip distance from that front one. Set up the legs and then get that inhale to lengthen your spine. Kneecaps lift, exhale, fold in. Find that circular breath again, that fluid in and out. Okay. Bend the front knee, set the hands flat, high plank, pause there. And then this time, with or without the knees. Heart forward, shoulders back. So if you're going without the knees, you're actually pushing forward a little bit so that the shoulders come a little in front of the wrists. The elbows are going to hug in, and then as you come down, those elbows sit over the wrists, and you come all the way to your belly. Extend and lengthen. Press the feet down. Inhale, extend the heart forward, lift it up. Shoulders back, elbows tuck in. Good. Now extend the legs and lift them too. Take the arms back, thumbs up, pinky down again, press the palms together. And bend the elbows, interlace the hands, press the knuckles back and lift. And then rest to the earth. Make a pillow with your hands, let the hips just rock a little side to side. You can even bend the knees and windshield wiper the feet side to side. And then we're going to rest for 5 breaths, either here in that extended child's pose or all the way up in down dog. However you transition, use your exhale to get there and breathe. If you're not in down dog, go ahead and make your way there. And then on the inhale, look to your hands. And at the bottom would be exhale, step, walk, or float your feet forward. Bring the big toes to touch for this one, heels slightly separated. Inhale, come into that half lift. Exhale, fold all the way down the legs. This time, either bend the knees and roll up as we did before, or unhinge with a nice long spine. Either way, arms to the sky, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to the heart, under mudra. Okay. From here, we sit down, Utkatasana. Sit back, sit down, sit the weight back into the heels, pull that low belly in, pull the ribs in, lift the heart. Draw the inner thighs together. If your feet are separated, that's fine. Just make sure your knees and your toes are facing the same direction. And then if you look down, you can see your feet, your toes. Good. Okay. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen the heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, the knee to the ribs, compress it in. Look to your right thumb, set it there. Right away, set up that foundation, and then inhale, float the torso up, high lunge. Bend the knee, pull the belly in, get strong, re-extend that leg. Okay. Now we're moving into that warrior 3 without our hands on the ground. Unless you want to return to that, then you return to that. So as we start to build on, you have options. So as you inhale, reach your arms forward, shift the weight into that front foot, and as you exhale, float that back leg up. Hands can be at the heart or down on the floor. Good. Keep rolling that outer left hip down and spinning the inner thigh up. Then, as you exhale, you're going to come upright. Hug that left knee into your ribs as if you were in that plank. Pull it up tight, pull it up tight, pull it up tight. Then we go back the other way. Extend it back, right back to your warrior 3. Inhale, stretch back. Exhale, bend your standing leg. Gently set your toes down and inhale. Back into your high lunge. Really nice, you guys. Exhale, set the hands down. Left hand to the floor and inhale, flip the right arm back up. Hug that right hip back and in. And then exhale, high plank. Inhale here, with or without the knees. Exhale, lower to the belly. Inhale, baby cobra, lift the heart, drop the shoulders, and then slide or press your hands in and pull them back to lift your heart higher. And then exhale to downward facing dog. Press your hands and knees, or you can reverse that push-up. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, pull it in, compress it up into the ribs, lift the navel up to the spine, set the foot down. Set up the foundation and then inhale, float up, high lunge. Exhale, bend the knee, pull that low belly in so you're really firm, supported in that back, and then straighten the leg. Inhale, stretch the arms forward. They can be on the floor, they can be at the heart, and then as you exhale, float that back leg up. Roll the hip down, the inner thigh up. Stretch long. Good. And then inhale, stand up. Hover that right leg. Exhale, peel the thigh up into your torso. Lift it as high as it can go. And then back the other way. Hinge at the hips as you extend that leg back. Inhale, bend your standing leg. Exhale, set the toes down. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands frame the front foot. Inhale, left arm floats to the sky. Exhale, hand down, high plank. Inhale and pause. Exhale to the belly. Extend the legs, anchor them. Inhale, heart forward, lift it up. Belly in, dragging your heart forward. And then exhale. Downward facing dog, where we'll pause and breathe. Really makes you guys. You can be in child's pose, always an option. Okay, one more breath here. On the inhale, look to the hands, and at the bottom of the exhale, step, walk, or float. Once you land there, inhale, lengthen the heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit into your chair, lift the heart, draw the belly in. Exhale, sit a little deeper. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's do it again. Inhale, sit down, chair pose. Belly in, tailbone long. This time, hands to the heart. Sit a little deeper, lengthen a little bit more, and then as you exhale, draw the belly in. I'm gonna be opposite, you guys. Rotate the right elbow to your left thigh, hover it right above that. So you're using your core muscles to find that rotation. Hug everything strongly into the midline. Get longer on the inhale, and then this time on the exhale, anchor that elbow outside the thigh. So press the elbow into the outer thigh knee, but resist. Same thing we did at the beginning. Inhale, lengthen the heart, send the tailbone back. Now, look to the floor. Option 1, try to lift your right heel off the ground. Option 2, try to peel that right heel up to your bum. Twisting flamingo. Option 3, send that right leg back. Twisting warrior 3. Option 4, set the toes down. Inhale, lengthen, twisting lunge. Now the other option is set the hands down and make your way there. Really nice, you guys. Okay, from here, inhale and unwind. Take the arms and reach them up. Exhale, reach forward, shift the weight forward. Take an inhale, get long. Exhale, lift that right leg up. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hover the knee up. Good. From here, start to bend your standing leg. Bend, 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 until those toes land right back next to your other ones. Heel stays light, and then set the heel down, set the hands to the heart. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit down, pull the belly in, and rotate left elbow outside that right thigh. Hover it. So get that inhale, that length, that exhale, the belly in, and the rotation. One more, sink the hips, and then set that elbow outside the thigh knee. Find that equal and opposite pressure to help your ribs spin open more, but keep all of that pulling into the midline. So all of that core strength is working here. Then look to the floor. Shift the weight into the right foot, pick up your left heel. Maybe take the left heel all the way to the bum. Maybe extend that left leg all the way back behind you. Set the toes down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting high lunge. So hands can be down on the floor and you're in that twist that we've already done. That's always okay. Inhale, unwind, sweep the arms up, stretch up. Exhale, reach yourself forward. Inhale, get long, shift the weight forward. Exhale, warrior 3. Inhale, stand up, and exhale, hug the knee in. Then, start to bend your standing leg. Set your hands to your heart. Slowly, slowly bending, sitting until those left toes land. Left heel lands and you're back in that chair. Take the arms, inhale, exhale, fold. Separate the feet to hip distance. Take an inhale, lengthen the heart forward, soften the knees. And then on the exhale, fold, take the hands behind you and interlace them. Lift the shoulders up away from the ears and then extend the arms. Good, and then palms together and head heavy. From here, bend your left knee, spin your torso to the right so that your left shoulder and left knee draw towards one another. Press the right hip out and back a little bit. Beautiful. And then straighten out that left leg. Bend the right knee. Spin your torso to the left, right elbow or right shoulder and knee drawing together. Shoulders lifting. And then unwind that. Set the hands to the sacrum and all the way to the floor. Rock a little bit front to back on the feet. And then we're going to come to stand either bending the knees and rolling up or unhinging with a nice long spine. Land in your extended mountain. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Take a moment and pause. Close the eyes if that works for you and just feel in your body. Feel the heart beating, feel all that energy from those flows. And then open the eyes and shift the weight into the right foot. And take the left knee and open it out and set the heel right on the ankle. And then lift out of this right hip, lengthen up tall. And then maybe slide the foot up to your calf. Maybe reach down and slide the foot up to your inner upper thigh. Now open that right knee and drop it down. Press the sole of the foot into your inner thigh or your calf and resist. So you're just not on the side of the knee, above or below the knee. Then your hands can be wherever you want them to be. They can stay at the heart, they can be on your hips, they can be up in the air, wherever you like them. Okay. Feel your feet anchor down, and then maybe, just maybe, close your eyes. And if you fall out of it, that's fine. If your eyes were open, you just saw me fall out of it. So try it. Come back into it, and then open the eyes. Okay. From here, wherever your hands are, bring them to the heart. Bring that left knee out in front of you. Again, compress it, lift it up to your ribs. Lift your arms up tall, so it's like you're a little karate kid. And then exhale, very slowly extend and press out through the heel, pull back through the toes. Try not to lean back. Your foot might only be an inch off the ground, or your heel might be on the ground. Doesn't much matter. Bend the knee, set it down. Hands to the heart. Other side, shift the weight into the left foot, pick up the right heel, spin the knee out, lift out of the standing hip, so you're hugging the outer hip in, you're getting really strong into the midline, and then foot to the calf or upper inner thigh, above or below the knee. Really important that you're not pushing on the side of your knee. Open up that hip, that knee, lift up pelvic floor, belly, and heart, arms, take them where they want to go. You choose whatever works for you. Then find that stability in your standing leg and that compression in the lifted in standing leg. Try closing the eyes. Relax the jaw, maybe even smile while you're closing your eyes. Have a little fun with it. It doesn't really matter. If you're falling, if you're wobbling, it's all good. And then open the eyes. Hands back to the heart, leg back up if it's moved. And then bring the knee to hover. Peel that knee up into your chest, extend the arms up, belly is pressing back to the spine, and then a slow extension. Exhale, press that heel forward, draw the toes back. Stay upright in your torso, in your belly, and then bend the knee. Set it down, hands to the heart. Really beautiful, you guys. Okay, inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, just walk it back to down dog. Pedal out the knees here. Shift one foot or bend one knee and then the other and shift the hips. Side to side. Okay. And then from here, start to walk your hands back to your feet. Take an inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale, turn the toes out and sit your bum down. So you're in a wide squat. Take the elbows to the inner knees, lift your heart. And your feet might be a little bit narrow, so if you need to separate them, do that. And just take a moment here. Okay. Then we're going to try a balance on our hands, because why not? Take the hands down, shoulder distance. Spread out the fingers. Fingers are like your toes. Palm of the hand like the sole of your foot. Lift the arches of the hands. Okay. Come up, lift the hips up, turn the toes back forward. And then start to shift the weight into the hands and spin your biceps forward. Now imagine you're kind of in a plank here. Come up onto your tiptoes and set the knees into your upper arms, armpits if possible. Look in front of your hands. Start to shift the weight forward. See if one foot can come off the ground. If that happens, try the other one. Okay. Once that feels okay, then maybe, just maybe, you lean forward and both feet come up. And then maybe the arms straighten. Bakasana. Good. Set the feet back down. Elbows to the inner thighs. Lift the heart. Hands to the earth. Go ahead and lift the hips as you do that. Spin the toes in. And walk the feet to about hip distance. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Okay. Stretch tall from the heels to the fingertips. And then lift up onto your tiptoes, heels high, outer ankles hug in, kneecaps lifted, low belly lifted, heart lifted. Start to let your hands come to the heart. Stay high on your toes. Then start to bend the knees, keep the heels high, keep the heels high. Start to sit down. Sit down, so we're going back into that yogi balance. Toe stand, yogi toe stand. Sit, sit, sit. Heels are high. Then keep the hips and knees in line. Good. Knees still pointing to the toes. We're going right back up. Heels stay high, heels stay high. No pain in the knees. Once you're upright, inhale, stretch the arms up. And exhale, heels down, hands to the heart. Really nice. Inhale, all the way up. Lift your heart, lift your gaze, open up the front of the body. Keep your lower body strong, your belly lifted, and then exhale, forward. Inhale, lengthen. Last time on those fingertips. If you want it, walk yourself out to downward facing dog. Press the hips up and back, spin the triceps in. And then flatten the hands, set the knees down wide, the big toes together. Take a child's pose. Let the heart hang heavy to the earth, the hips heavy to the heels. And then walk your hands out and over to the right. Take an inhale, stretch, and walk your fingertips away from you. And then take your left hand and interlace your fingers in the webbing of the right hand. And then as you exhale, melt that left side down and roll your shoulder blades away from one another. You're kind of rolling the outer shoulder blades to the floor, protracting your shoulder blades here. And then stay with that deep breath. And walk yourself all the way around to the other side. Walk the hands out long, and then take your right hand and interlace it in the webbing of the left fingers. Stretch long, roll the outer shoulders down, and then the right side body down. And then come back to center. Inhale, lift into your tabletop. Walk the knees under you. Go ahead and take a round of cat-cow here. Just to unwind. And then from here, curl the toes under. One last time, roll over the feet. Extend the arms, let the heels sit to the earth. You can always take the hands behind you, help yourself to sit. Extend the legs, and you're just going to scoot yourself to the top of the mat. Inhale, arms reach forward, anchor the legs. Exhale, pull the belly down or in and round yourself down to the earth. And then stretch your arms up overhead. Big inhale, stretching from your toes to your fingertips. And then as you exhale, pull both knees in, hug them into your chest, get them nice and tight, and then curl your head and shoulders up and wrap your arms around. Go for a tight grip, hands, forearms, or elbows, and then let your head come back to the earth. If it doesn't come down, lighten your grip so that your head's not hanging in space, but it's supported. Your neck is supported. Couple big belly breaths And then on the exhale, release the grip. Let the arms come between the legs and grab for your shins, your ankles, or the outer edges of the feet. Flip the soles of the feet up. Happy baby. Rock a little side to side. Come through center, bring the soles of the feet together, and if you can, interlace around the outer edges of the feet or hold onto your ankles and draw the feet down towards your chest or your head, wherever they land. And then re-lengthen your tailbone down to the floor, and then slowly help your legs down to the floor, Supta Baddha Konasana. Arms in a nice loose cactus. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Last one. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Let the legs extend. Let the arms draw down. Find your final resting pose, Shavasana. Adjust your body so that you can lie here resting comfortably for as long as you like. Letting your body integrate all of that muscle memory, that feeling of being grounded and centered, that feeling of connection. And then letting everything just rest. Shavasana. To Love Yourself by M. Claire. To love yourself, start here. Take your own hand, put it to your lips, then lay the soft of your cheek to the round of your shoulder, where the faint musk of enduring dreams and the labors of your life perfume you. It's a start. It's a beginning. If you're able to stay in Shavasana, stay just as you are. If you're ready to begin that transition into the rest of your day, start by feeling your body on the earth. Feeling that space between body and earth, that exchange of energy. Feel into that sensation of being completely held, supported. And then when you're ready, start to deepen the breath. Begin to feel the rise and fall of your belly with the breath. letting that deepening breath slowly start to bring you back into your body, back into this moment. When you're ready, allow the body to move in whatever way it feels called to move. Until the hands come to rest, one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. And once you arrive there, feel that connection with yourself, your center of who you are. Feel that love for yourself, gratitude for yourself, respect for yourself, and compassion. Come back to your own intention. And then go ahead and let the arms float back down by your side so that you're once again resting in that corpse pose, that Shavasana pose. Feel into your body, noticing if one side feels heavier than the other, or if there's an evenness in the body. Feel that sense of balance within yourself. May we be at peace. May our hearts remain open. May we be awakened to the light of our true nature. May we be healed. May we be a source of healing and kindness for all beings. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining me. Namaste.